This is Vince with Individual Point of Sale, and I want to welcome you to this short video on how to sell multiples of the same item on separate sales lines in Lightspeed Point of Sale R Series. As you can see, I'm already logged into my R Series account, and to review these settings, we're going to go to Settings and General Options. Now this is new functionality as of the time of this video, and for the sales screen, the settings can be found under Register. For the work order screen, the settings can be found under Service, and they are worded exactly the same. So the first setting is create separate sale lines when adding units of the same item. Notice I already have that setting enabled, but I have the setting create separate sale lines when adjusting quantities disabled. The reason being is I want to be able to scan items and have it assume a quantity of 1, but I also want to be able to change that quantity and have multiple quantities on the same line. If I don't want to be able to have multiple quantities on the same line, then I can simply just turn on the second option, and that will create a separate sale line for each quantity. In other words, if I have a quantity of 3 of the same item, it would create 3 separate sales lines, all with the quantity of 1. So in my example, I want to allow quantities to be input, so we're just going to make sure the first setting is enabled. If you changed any settings, make sure to save your changes. And then let's jump over to the sales screen, and we're going to create a new sale, and we're going to go ahead and scan. Now I'm obviously emulating scanning by copying and pasting the barcode and hitting enter, and notice it rings up my Nutty Butter Suet Cake quantity of 1. Now there's some additional fields that you may not have on your screen due to modifications that we have had made to the software. If you'd like to learn more about those, please feel free to contact us, and contact information will be provided at the end of the video. I'm going to go ahead and scan my next item, the same one, and notice it just automatically adds a second line with a quantity of 1. If you happen to have Antiques mode enabled, you would be seeing the same functionality. However, if you don't have Antiques mode enabled, it would have just simply changed the quantity of that item to be 2. In our case, with these new settings, what I can do at this point is I can add a quantity. Instead of scanning each individual item, I can simply just add a quantity and press enter, and it will add the exact same item with that quantity of 6. So at this point, I have 8 Nutty Butter Suet Cakes on my sales screen, and since I have an automatic discount set up, I want to go ahead and change these quantities to match the buy 12 get 1 free discount, so that you can see what happens to the quantities when I do that. So there's 11. I'm going to leave that 10, but I'm going to leave this bottom quantity. I'm going to change this bottom quantity to 3. And as soon as I hit enter or exit out of the control box, notice that it does break that 3 into single units, so that one of those can be tagged as the free item. So there's my discount, buy 12, get 1 free, and that's the functionality that will happen with these new settings enabled. I am able to scan each item and assume a quantity of 1, but I can also change the quantity for any one of those, whether I do it within the box the quantity box or whether I do it from the item search screen, I can change the quantity to show multiple or to reflect multiple quantities on one sales line. That's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to our support team. They can be reached by phone at 570-906-8598, option 3. They can also be reached via email at helpdesk@individualpos.com. Feel free to visit our website at ipos-us.com, or check out our other videos on our YouTube channel, and feel free to reach out anytime you like.